What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you've been following this World Cup, you already know exactly what's coming whenever Lionel Messi steps onto the pitch, and tonight, he did it again. Coming into this match, Messi had already been carrying this Argentina team almost single-handedly through the group stage, putting together a hat-trick against Algeria and following it up with a brace against Austria, which meant every single Argentina goal so far at this tournament had come directly off his boot. Tonight, that storyline was about to change, but not in the way anyone expected. We're breaking down every single goal from Argentina's win over Jordan, a match that had a little bit of everything. A stunning free kick from a player making his World Cup debut, a clinical penalty, Jordan refusing to go down quietly, and then, of course, Messi closing the show with a moment that puts him in the history books all over again. Stick around, because the numbers behind this performance are honestly hard to believe. This one was played at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the final match day of Group J, with Argentina already sitting top of the table and fully locked into the knockout rounds before a ball was even kicked. With nothing left to play for in terms of qualification, Lionel Scaloni made the call that every manager dreams of being able to make: rest the captain. Messi started the match on the bench, and in his place, Scaloni handed World Cup debuts to Giovani Lo Celso, Giuliano Simeone, Nico Paz, and Marcos Senesi, while veterans like Nicolas Otamendi and Nicolas Tagliafico anchored the back line to balance out all that fresh energy. For Jordan, this was the absolute opposite situation heading into the match. This tournament marked the first time in their history that they had ever qualified for a World Cup. And even though they were already eliminated heading into this final group game, they had shown real fight throughout, scoring in both of their previous matches against tough opposition. Heading into this match, Argentina sat top of Group J with 6 points from 2 wins, while Jordan sat at the bottom with 0 points after 2 defeats, meaning this final group fixture was effectively a dead rubber on paper for both sides, with qualification already settled. But dead rubber or not, nobody expected them to walk away with anything against an Argentina side stacked with championship pedigree, but they clearly weren't interested in making this an easy night. Argentina take control almost immediately, dominating possession and pinning Jordan deep into their own half, and in the 19th minute, Argentina get the breakthrough, but not from the player everyone expected. Giovani Lo Celso, playing in his first ever World Cup match, steps up to a free kick just outside the box, left-footed, and absolutely bends it over the wall and into the top corner. The Jordanian goalkeeper doesn't even move. It's the kind of strike that looks almost effortless in real time, but takes years of repetition to actually pull off under that kind of pressure, on that kind of stage. Lo Celso wheels away to celebrate his first World Cup goal on his World Cup debut, and Argentina are up 1-0. This goal matters for more than just the scoreline. For 2 straight matches at this tournament, every single Argentina goal had come from one player, and one player only. Lo Celso's strike is the first goal of this World Cup for Argentina that didn't come off Messi's boot, and it sends a message that this squad has more than one player capable of deciding a big match. It's also worth remembering the road Lo Celso has taken to get to this moment, having dealt with serious injury setbacks that kept him out of Argentina's previous World Cup run entirely. To finally get on the pitch at this level on his debut and deliver a finish of that quality, it's the kind of moment that makes all those years of rehab and frustration feel worth it. Argentina don't let up, and just 11 minutes later, in the 30th minute, they double their lead. This time, it comes from the penalty spot, after a foul inside the box on Julian Alvarez during a dangerous Argentina attack. The referee points straight to the spot without hesitation, and up steps Lautaro Martínez. Calm, composed, no fuss about it, he sends the keeper the wrong way and slots it into the corner. It's his first goal of this entire World Cup, and you can see exactly what it means to him. He wheels away with a kind of sweeping gesture, almost like he's wiping the slate clean and starting fresh after waiting through 2 matches without finding the net himself. 2 goals, 2 different players, neither one of them named Messi, and Argentina go into the second half cruising at 2-0 against a Jordan side that is clearly being overwhelmed by the gulf in overall quality, even if they haven't stopped competing for a second. Credit where it's due, Jordan do not fold. Even down 2 goals against the defending champions, they keep pushing, keep looking for that moment, and in the 55th minute, they get exactly what they've been working for. Moussa Altamari finds a pocket of space, finishes well, and pulls one back for Jordan, sending their bench into wild celebration. This is a genuinely massive moment in their tournament history because it makes Jordan the very first team to actually score a goal against this Argentina side across the entire group stage. 3 matches, and this is the only goal anyone has managed to put past that Argentina backline. For a country playing in its first ever World Cup, that's a moment they'll be replaying for years. Almost as if it had been timed perfectly for the story of the night, Messi is already getting ready on the sideline as Jordan's celebrations are still going. In the 59th minute, he comes on alongside Thiago Almada, with Alexis Mac Allister following a minute later to replace Lo Celso. The moment Messi's number goes up on the board, the entire stadium rises to its feet. It doesn't matter that the game is already basically decided. It doesn't matter that he's 39 years old and management have been carefully managing his minutes all tournament. The second he steps onto that pitch, the entire atmosphere changes. And of course, because this is Messi, and because this World Cup has basically become an extension of his personal highlight reel, he doesn't even need long to make his impact felt. Argentina win a free kick in a familiar, dangerous position, and you already know who's stepping up. That same low-whipped strike he's been producing for 2 decades, and the ball flies into the net before the Jordanian wall even has time to fully jump. AT&T Stadium absolutely erupts. Argentina 3, Jordan 1, and Messi has scored yet again on the biggest stage in the sport. Here's the stat that makes this one genuinely historic. With this goal, Messi becomes the first player in the history of the World Cup to score in 7 consecutive World Cup matches, breaking a record that had been shared for decades by France legend Just Fontaine and Brazilian great Jairzinho, who had each scored in 6 straight World Cup games. Messi now stands alone at the top of that list. On top of that, this goal also pushes his personal all-time World Cup goal tally to 19, extending a record that frankly may never be touched again in our lifetimes. When you consider that this is a player who first stepped onto a World Cup pitch back in 2006 as a teenager and is now doing this in his 6th different World Cup appearance, the sheer longevity on display here is almost as impressive as the goal itself. Most players are lucky to get 2 or 3 World Cups in their entire careers at the highest level, and Messi is still finding the back of the net in his 6th, off the bench, in a match that didn't even matter for qualification. The final whistle blows on a 3-1 win for Argentina, and they finish the group stage with a perfect 9 points from 9, scoring 7 goals across 3 matches while conceding just the one, which came from Jordan tonight. It's exactly the kind of statement Scaloni's side wanted to send heading into the knockout rounds, proving they don't need Messi on the pitch for the full 90 minutes to be dangerous, while also proving that whenever he does step on the field, the magic is still very much there. This result also caps off a remarkable World Cup debut for Jordan. They didn't pick up a single point across the group stage, but they scored in every single match they played, including tonight's goal against the eventual finalists, a genuine point of pride for a nation that had never even been to a World Cup before this tournament. They head home with their heads held high, having given a real account of themselves against some of the toughest competition football has to offer. For Argentina, attention now turns to the knockout rounds, where they'll face Cape Verde and Miami in the round of 32, continuing their pursuit of a 2nd straight World Cup title. If tonight was any indication, this squad has serious depth to go along with the best player of his generation, and that combination is exactly what makes them one of the most dangerous teams left in this tournament. With Lo Celso, Lautaro, and a fully rested Messi all available heading into the knockout stage, Scaloni now has every option on the table, and very few teams left in the draw will be looking forward to facing this version of Argentina. So that's every goal from Argentina's win over Jordan, Lo Celso with a stunning free kick on his World Cup debut, Lautaro getting off the mark from the penalty spot, Jordan refusing to go quietly, and Messi closing it out with yet another piece of World Cup history. If this video got you hyped, smash that like button, drop a comment telling us which goal was your favorite from tonight, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because we are covering every single match all the way through to the final, including every Messi moment along the way. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.